This week's GTA Online bonuses bring a pretty solid range of ways to earn some cash, but how profitable it really is comes down to honestly just how you choose to play the game this week. We have some opportunities here for those who just want to hop onto the game, make some easy daily cash, and log off, and we also have some options as well for players out there who just want to grind consistently, and if you're aiming to build up a much bigger payout over time, this is also a decent week for that. Some of the boosts are going to favor a more laid-back, passive approach. Others, like I was saying, are going to reward the player out there who stays active and runs things efficiently along with their normal money grind. So in this money guide here today, we're going to go over the smartest ways for you to capitalize on everything available this week, and I'll also show you guys how to figure out which methods are actually worth your time based on your play style, because we have two different routes to go this week, and it totally is dependent on what kind of player you are. So thank you guys so much for tuning back in. Let's get started. Alright, jumping into this video, let's just overview all the bonuses first, and then we'll break down the few in specific I want to focus on this week so you know what to take advantage of for just some quick cash as an extra cash bonus, or even what to farm this week to make your millions. So the big staple bonus this week is double money on the grass sale missions, both for your biker MC business, grass farm business itself, plus the nightclub product, the specific organic produce nightclub product, which ties in with your grass farm. Both of those are double money this week. Sumo Remix, as an adversary mode, is paying out double money and double RP this week. Not only that, in the stunt race category, you have your Lunar New Year stunt races, 3 times money, 3 times RP. We had this last week. If you're a GTA Plus member, you're making 6 times money and 6 times RP. The drift races as well. I gotta scroll down here to the drift race category. 3 times money and 3 times RP on drift races, or 6 times if you're a GTA Plus member. 5 times the LS car meet rep you can gain from the LS car meet this week, plus 4 times money and 4 times RP on exotic exports, delivering those cars to the docks. We're gonna talk about that in just a moment. And then the weekly challenge for this week, I want to mention here, participate in 3 drift races. Not only will you unlock the Bright Manor racing suit for your online character, but you'll also make $100,000, so some bonus money right there. And then the final opportunity we're going to focus on in this video as well, all players who own an auto shop, you need to be eligible for this. But really what I'm saying is you need to own an auto shop in order to be eligible. You complete one auto shop robbery contract, you will get paid for that robbery contract like normal, but you'll also make an extra $300,000 for doing so, and you'll get that money within 72 hours. So these are all the bonuses this week, so you can make some extra money. We're going to be focusing on a few in particular here that are exclusive for this week only. So let's jump in. So with all the bonuses out of the way, let's start off with probably one of the more simple bonuses that you could take advantage of for 4 times money and 4 times RP. And it is on the exotic exports, which is on the chalkboard that you can see behind my character right here. To take advantage of this bonus, you do need to own an auto shop, but not only that, you need to own your auto shop and also complete at least one. So your very first auto shop robbery contract, which you can find on that board over there. And we're going to be talking about that in just a moment because that's going to come into play. But when it comes to the exotic exports, you have this list of vehicles. You have a total of 10 vehicles each day, and they tell you which ones they are here. You can export these to the docks. Normally you make $20,000. With the 4 times money, you're making $80,000. If you also exhaust all 10 on this list, you get a completion bonus for the day of $100,000. With 4 times money, you will still only get the $100,000, unfortunately. So you can get in total $800,000 from the vehicles, plus a $100,000 bonus, $900,000 per day. Or essentially, by the end of this weekly update, if you took advantage of all 7 days of this, you will have made $6.3 million on exotic exports. Now, it's not that simple because you still have to rely on RNG for finding these vehicles. They spawn in random places around the map, but if you check out the GTAweb.eu map, you can filter out the exotic export vehicle spawns. There's 2 groups of vehicles in those lists, so just bring up the locations and you can just travel around and hope some of them spawn. They spawn as a blue dot on the map. You'll see the car, you'll take it, then it'll show you and instruct you to deliver it to the docks. You do that, it only takes a couple minutes. Like I said, normally you make 20 grand. Now with the 4 times the money, you're making $80,000. So if you ever see these vehicles pop up and you see like a nice customized car just parked on the street or in a parking lot or something, make sure to steal it and deliver it to the docks for that cash. I could show you that. It's more simple, so I figured I'd just explain it, but also I did just try driving around for 30 minutes and one of them didn't even spawn for me. That's always the case when it comes to these bonuses. When we have exotic export bonuses, the vehicles don't spawn for me. When we have bonuses on the client deliveries like we had a couple weeks ago, I don't have those cars popping up in the auto shop. It always just seems like a curse. But either way, this is a reliable way to make some extra cash. It's just side content in between one activity before you move to the next. Next up, let's discuss something that you can't necessarily farm to make millions of dollars this week in GTA Online. Well, You can farm these to make millions of dollars, but they're not necessarily on bonus as a double money bonus or anything like that. We just have a one-time opportunity on an auto shop robbery contract where if you just complete one of them, it could be any one. It could be the Lost contract, which you could see, the Union Depository, the Super Dollar Deal, whichever one you prefer to run. Just complete one of them, the setups and the finale. You will receive, obviously, the payout for doing the contract itself, plus $300,000 as a reward. That's deposited into your account within 72 hours of completion. So, of course, with that being said, let's check out the board right here. The one that I would like to do is going to be the Union Depository contract. It'll only take me about 20 minutes to do, and we will make the $300,000 for doing that, plus the $300,000 bonus. The actual payout for the Union Depository contract, or the actual, excuse me, profit that you can make is 270 grand because Sasanta and KDJ get a cut of 30 grand. So you're making $270,000 profit for playing through this contract, and then you're making the $300,000 bonus on top of that. Like I said, you can do this whole thing with the elevator key, vault code, and then the robbery finale start to finish in 20 minutes. These two will only take you about 10 minutes total, a little bit less, maybe like 8 minutes or so. And the robbery contract can take you anywhere from 10 to 12 minutes depending on your speed. So we're gonna run through this right now, complete this. I'll show you how to complete the finale and we'll get our money. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna time this. I'm gonna start off with the elevator key job, and as soon as I spawn into this, I'll start my stopwatch on my phone, and I'm just gonna time myself to see how long it takes me to complete this. That way we can get like an accurate estimate of how long, you know, it'll take to complete this. If you want to run through, I'm using my Oppressor Mark II. Honestly, if you had a supercar, you could probably get to this location faster than me flying on this Oppressor, because it's just down the road here. You have a couple enemies to eliminate. And then the other mission with the helicopter, you just got to steal the police helicopter, tail the guy, take a photo that's, you know, take an exposing photo of him for an expose, and that way we can extort him and get the vault key. But for something like this, very, very simple. We go to this location of Lombank West, enter an apartment, and just blast some fools. So I'm probably just gonna rip through this, to be honest, in my... Oh wow, they are doing some extreme damage on me today. I'm just gonna go through these with my assault shotgun because it'll be the fastest. I mean, I like to have a good gunfight and use other guns like not Oppressor Mark II, Service Carbine or Special Carbine Mark II or anything like that. But I'm just trying to see how fast I can actually get this done. So let's take the elevator to the garage. Oh, we got the gate key, so we didn't even get the animation. Let's just run to the garage right now. I will say the only downside about running auto shop contracts, because these are a great way to make money. You can make about $450,000 an hour running auto shop robbery contracts, maybe even a little bit more. The problem though is Sasanta and KDJ talking your ear off. When I do the finales and they don't shut up during the finales, I'll typically just mute the game. So it's kind of sad. This is like a whole DLC that you have to play with your game audio on mute unless you don't mind listening to these people. There should just be a dialogue mute option in the game, but that doesn't exist. But anyways, once you actually grab this Gallivanter Baller LE armored vehicle, we just need to drop it at a bank at one of the drop-off spots near the Union Depository. So I'm gonna drop it off at that first yellow marker. This mission will be complete and we can move to the next one. Okay, let's drop this bad boy off right there, and now we just need to leave the area. Unfortunately, my oppressor spawned out here on this street, so I can't go in a sprint just yet, because I guess I'm in an interior of a parking garage. I don't know why I can't just run out of there. That's a little bit annoying, but I'm gonna hop on my oppressor and just fly away. Typically, I just recommend you load into a new session, but this is just one of those missions where you need to leave the area first. And since I'm located super close by, you know, by the time I get this prompt where it says mission passed, you know, I could leave the session, but I'm right here at my auto shop. I actually think it would take me longer if I tried loading into a new lobby than just going into my auto shop from here. Next up, vault code. So let's take care of this one. We'll start this mission. This is the one where we need to steal the police Maverick down at LSIA. So we're gonna head over there. There's a couple enemies here, just 2 police you gotta take out. You don't need to kill them, because I think you do get more wanted stars, I believe. But either way, I'm gonna get this heli and leave. I just don't want to keep getting shot at them while I'm trying to take off. While you're in the middle of losing the cops, you need to head to downtown Los Santos anyway to get closer to the Union Depository again to find the bank manager's car. So just fly there, fly high enough that you won't get seen by the police. That way you can lose your wanted level while you're actually traveling to your destination of where you need to go. There we go. We lost our wanted level. And now let's find the bank manager's car. You can see it's that blue Comet right there. So what we need to do is hit right D-pad and zoom in right here to find his vehicle. Here it is. Scan the license plate. It's always going to be this blue Comet right here. And we have a detection meter. We don't want to get too close. We don't want to spook him. We need to follow him from a distance, and you can see that detection meter in the bottom right-hand corner. So just, you know, try not to have it fill up, get some altitude, and follow this guy. It's very easy to tail him. You can also just hit B or circle on PlayStation and get the following camera to actually see where he's going if you lost sight and you're confused on the mini-map too. But we only have to follow this guy for a couple miles and a couple of minutes till he gets to the hotel. Then we snap a photo, and the mission's basically done after that. We can start the finale. Alright, so once the bank manager's at the hotel, we just gotta find him and take a photo when he's in a compromising position with this little mistress of his. And he's about to be in that pose in a second. Usually you could take a photo when they're hugging each other, or he's just getting up close to her after they cheers their glass. Perfect time to snap a shot. There we go. We got the compromising photo. We need to wait for Sasanta to contact us, but just fly back to your auto shop. It's gonna be, you know, for me, I'm out here just in, I guess it's West Vinewood, right? So it's just to the northeast of where that hotel is. And remember, you're making a little bit of money in the meantime for doing these setups too, which is pretty cool. But that was basically 10 minutes right there. And now we're ready to do the finale, so that's pretty awesome. Let's get this show on the road. And for the robbery finale, ladies and gentlemen, we are just going to start this up. We are going to choose, I mean, typically, sometimes I forget, and I just go with the sharpshooter loadout. The one you want to use is the Hustler. You get the Bullpup Rifle Mark II, which is insanely accurate. You get the machine pistol for some extra automatic weapons, etc. So we're just going to go with that. Of course, hit play, start this on our own. We get to choose our finale vehicle. So I'm gonna go with my custom Vector. I have a custom tailgater S2. I just love this Emperor Vector, man. It just looks so good. So that's what we're gonna be rocking today. I'll be honest, I actually am going to mute the game for this this robbery finale, just because you listen to Sasanta and KDJ just talk your ear off, and it's extremely annoying. So apologies for no game audio. I feel like it's better to listen to it on mute with just my commentary and music rather than listen to Sasanta and KDJ just like yap in your ear for 10 minutes straight, right? So there we go. We're gonna hop in the baller and head over to the bank, and then we need to show one of the security guys the key card so we can get into the basement and rob it. So I'm just gonna head on over there real fast. Now, make sure you don't have weapons equipped when you pull up here, because you will trigger the alarms and whatnot, so make sure you totally are disarmed. If you equip a weapon or anything like that, the alarms will sound. So just make sure you go in here just like normal. I forget, do they fix the levitating when you show your ID pass to this guy? Let me see. I think we just hover in the air. Oh, they fixed that. Okay, cool. So that's been done. I forgot if they've patched that or not, because I know the vault door animation in the cutscene got fixed to where it's not sitting open anymore, but I could have sworn you still levitate when you show the guy the ID pass. It's been a couple months since I've played this robbery contract. I've only played a couple of them. I've been farming FIB files for like so long, but both activities are pretty solid to do. So now we're in the vault. We're just going to open up the vault door, steal some gold. This is the easiest part of it, and if you've already played through this, you could skip the cutscene. So now it's time for us to steal the gold, and you can't entirely take all of the gold in this vault. You just get to fill your bag to capacity. You can steal most of it, but like if you're just one player going through, you take up your loot bag. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't have an effect on the payout or anything. You're gonna make the $300,000 total no matter what for 270 grand worth of profit. But just kind of explaining as we run through here, you'll see some gold is left behind, but no matter, it's okay. And mind you, again, just in case you're like skipping ahead in the video or something, you're watching this segment but you didn't get the intro, you could do this robbery contract, you can do any other auto shop robbery contract. I'm doing this one because it's the highest paying and one of the fastest to do, and also one of the most fun anyway, with typical bank robbery style. And then you will make the 300 grand bonus plus the $300,000 payout for this mission itself. So we have another cutscene here, and this is where it gets dicey. So if you're using the wrong loadout, you may suffer here, but honestly, like, I've passed it with any loadout. Oh, these guys just spawned. Okay, cool. So there's a bunch of enemies outside. Play the walls, play cover, headshot all the noose agents and the police as necessary. They tell you to go to the right to go out and escape the Union Depository. I don't actually like doing that. What I like to do is go to the left here. I feel like it's a little bit easier of an escape, and I feel like it makes the finale a lot easier if you're having trouble. It's not too hard to do it the other way, but this other way that I'm talking about here is just more reliable, more consistent, and most importantly, if you're trying to speedrun these and get these done, you know, and just farm them over and over, you want to learn how to speed run the robbery contracts and learn the ins and outs of the missions. So this one, for example, if you come to the left instead of going to the right, it's actually faster. Make sure you shoot these police and then wait here a moment, because you're going to see some noose agents run out from behind these riot trucks. You're also going to take them out, headshot them. You could just book it to the police car and try and get in, but then they shoot you as you're trying to get in. You take damage and stuff like that. So then what I do, I hop in this police car, and once again, they want you to enter your own getaway car. They don't really want you to use this police car, but that's fine because we're not going to be escaping the typical way. Did I just get one of my tires shot out? I did. Nice. Okay, so while you're escaping here, we're going to check out the map. I'm going to show you to where I'm heading. We're going to take a helicopter and leave. We're going to come to this location on the map and drive over here. So I will just see you in a moment. And the reason we're heading over here is for very one specific reason of getting the helicopter. So we drive up to this location on the map. You can see it again right here, right? I'll just zoom out so you can get the location, mark it down for yourself. We're trying to get to the roof because we could steal like an emergency ambulance helicopter, I believe, and we can just fly away. I forget if sometimes the police helicopter spawns up here. I think it's always just been like the emergency services helicopter, but you ascend the outside wall up here and climb up. Then you have to climb these air ducts to get up to the roof. Now, if you have hold to sprint settings enabled, I recommend you aim down sight first before climbing, because sometimes you'll climb right over the edge and it's a little bit annoying. So I just always aim where I'm looking, and then that way I can climb up. Then you just run to this wall right in front of you. You can see the helicopter literally right up there on top of the wall. Climb up here, get into the ambulance heli, and that's it. We can fly to the destination rather than using our getaway vehicle, which the Emperor Vector is a good getaway vehicle, but it's much easier to lose the police as well as get to your destination and deliver the gold to the client when you're in a helicopter and you could just fly away. You can see the location pop up on the map, that yellow dot, but it will eventually switch. It'll say deliver the gold to the client. It'll switch to lose your wanted level. You need to lose that first. Then you could have that little dot pop back up and fly over there. We already know the direction, so I'm heading there anyway. It's all the way on the beach on the northeast side of the map. So I'm flying there, and I'll see you guys in a little bit once I lose my wanted level and I land and we can complete the mission. So we've lost our wanted level. I'm basically here at the destination, so I'm gonna land my heli very carefully here. If you come in too hot and the heli explodes, you'll fail. You can also like potentially kill those people who are rendezvousing with you here, these FIB agents. So just make sure you're a little bit more careful than I am with the heli here. But the mission's done. That's pretty much the finale. We're making the 300 grand for the mission itself, plus a $300,000 bonus. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, you could log into your second character if you have an auto shop and do it on that character as well to get it again. I'm not sure if this reward is character based or account based, but I know, like, let's say clothing rewards that you get for logging into the game, for example, you can do that on both characters to get the clothing reward. And since this is just a reward for doing the contract robbery or any one of the auto shop robbery contracts, you should be able to get it a second time on your second character if you have the auto shop on that character as well. Last but not least, the one I'm sure many players who love MC businesses have probably been waiting on me to discuss, the grass farm double money opportunity on the sale missions. But not only that, because we have double the money you can make for your biker grass farm, for the biker MC business itself, which I'm in right now. But we also have the nightclub organic produce, which is selling for double. So if you do want to assign a warehouse technician for that while you're waiting for your cargo and shipments or sporting goods to fill up, you could do that, but I'm still just going to keep them assigned to my counterfeit cash, my Coca-Cola, my math, and then of course either my hangar and my CEO office, and then my bunker as well at the nightclub, of course. But when it comes to the grass sale missions, well, not only that, the grass farm itself, the actual grass farm locations and the upgrades, equipment, security, and staff, all of that's 40% off. And you're getting double money for the sale missions. So when it comes to the sale missions, well, okay, I should say this. The weed farm in this game, you have 4 locations to choose from. I'm in the Sanchiansky Mountain Range location. All of them share the same interior layout. You get the same grow room, the packing area, storage space. Obviously, it becomes visually more active as you fully staff it and supply it. On its own, grass is one of the weaker MC businesses in terms of raw profit. But if you purchase the Smoke on the Water smoke shop after buying the car wash, that's going to give your grass farm a 35% bonus to MC grass sale values, making it far more worthwhile than usual. Then on top of that, if you own a mansion, you can add your mansion production speed boost to this business, further raising your profit per hour ceiling. And so with that boost applied, you can expect typically $229,000 an hour. but that changes significantly for a limited time only with this weekly event because it's double money. So it's more like $458,000 per hour. And then on top of that, the nightclub organic produce, which is directly tied to your grass farm, that's paying out double money this week, like I said. That stacks nicely with the MC bonus. If you already own a nightclub, that makes grass one of the few MC businesses that are actually worth running right now instead of just passively feeding your nightclub stock. That is, if you want to put up with the awful and tedious, super boring, and long-winded sale missions, which, to be honest, even with double money, I personally just don't want to deal with, and we're not going to be selling in this video because I just don't want to deal with it. We've had them for like 2 months now. We've had MC business sale mission bonuses plus production business bonuses or production boost bonuses. When it comes to MC businesses, we need some new variety in this game. It's getting very stale. We're probably not going to see MC business bonuses maybe until GTA 6, right? Like, who knows if they're going to keep up with weekly or monthly events after that game comes out. They could have spread these all throughout the year, but instead they're just stacking them one after the other, week after week for 2 months now since the Mansions DLC release. Aren't we sick of it? It's still good money, don't get me wrong, if you want to do it. But for someone who doesn't want to deal with it anymore, I mean, these 2 months have been incredibly boring. That's how you can make some extra money in GTA Online this week, whether you just want to log in for a little bit or make millions. Thank you so much for watching this video guide here today. I'll be back again later on today with the free vehicles guide for this week because there's a bunch of free cars you can pick up. So drop a like on this video if you guys did go on to enjoy. Subscribe to the channel if you are new and you want to see more GTA 5 Online content just like this. Check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, specifically twitch.tv/HazardusHDTV for more GTA Online money grinding live streams. And I'll see you guys later on today with a brand new GTA 5 Online video. Adios, amigos.